about 6 weeks ago, I was misled by some men, and they ended up having me on a podcast.
I don't like clowns.
They protect people.
And the whole of Europe needs your protection.
Woman welcomes illegal immigrant onto her property, regrets decision. This woman was trying to do a good thing here. This is an article I saw and I just had to cover this one. She probably listened to those crazy people in the media saying that these people are loving and caring and compassionate and it's going to be completely fine. Well, I think she found out pretty quick that that was all a lie. Seeing the plight of migrants, a compassionate woman invited immigrant families to take shelter on her rural property. However, not long after welcoming them in, the woman quickly realised she had made a massive mistake. So this is one of the photos taken from the property, and there's more to come. Having seen the heart-wrenching stories of undocumented immigrants pouring through the borders, apparently fleeing persecution, Ameline Simon Hody, I've probably brutalised that name, I do apologise, allowed her compassion to take hold. The kind and caring Belgian woman knew she had to do something for the terrified women and children desperately seeking refuge in her country. That's an interesting one because the media always say it's women and children coming over. If you look at all the photos, well, most of them, of all the boats, it's just young guys. Most of them. As the owner of a sizable plot of land in the town of Spy, Ameline opened up her property to illegal immigrants. The loving Belgian even offered them necessities and cooked meals. Wow. Trying her best to help the suffering immigrants she had repeatedly seen in the news. There we go. Yeah, I think, yep, she quickly found out that that wasn't the case. What she'd soon realised is that the media had been lying to her.
Propaganda machine.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate way to find out, and you know, a lot of people are giving this woman stick, but she was trying to do a good thing. If anything, it's the media's fault. Ameline wants police to remove the migrants after they have become aggressive, violent, and set fire to her property. Wow. After 2.5 years of selflessly helping illegal migrants, Ameline is desperate to get the migrants, most of whom are men, we could have guessed that, and non-refugee African countries off her property. She told Belgium online newspaper that despite graciously providing free aid and shelter from morning to evening, the migrants have exhibited aggression, violence, and even arson. Between migrants, alcohol consumption, and violent outbursts, her family did not feel safe anymore. She explained that some of the squatters had even set her property on fire and left it littered with trash and human waste. Most disturbingly, her generosity has incentivized more migrant men moving to her land.
Man's job
To protect
Women.
from themselves.
For Culture Day, I decided to wear my Union Jack dress to represent the music and the nationality where I come from. It made me feel proud, it made me feel confident. All my friends were saying, oh my god, what a great dress. I walked in and my teacher was like, oh, is that like Ginger Spice? I was like, yeah. It felt normal, I felt proud, yeah. The first teacher I saw, she straight away just took me to go get changed. She didn't want to hear about my dress or see it. She just straight away wanted to get changed and not be in it. Another teacher tried to stop me and said that you can't be in that, it's your nationality and not your culture. And some other girl who's wearing her family tradition like rugby top got told to change as well. They asked me to come with them and to change into a second-hand school uniform, and then they said that I didn't sign a form when the head of year did ring my mum and she said she did sign it, yet they still didn't want me to wear it.
I went to the school, pick her up to see your daughter, who's, you know, she's a grade A student, and she's sat in reception like she's being punished for something. She wasn't allowed in school, she wasn't allowed to take part, the school wasn't willing to read her speech, they weren't interested in anything she had to say. She was literally put out to one side and treated like she was doing something wrong, and you could see in her face she didn't, you know, she was upset. It's terrible because this is a 12-year-old child's interpretation of what British culture is to her. So for example, mine would be perhaps a man with a pinstripe suit and a bowler hat, you know, drinking a cup of tea. A 90-year-old person's might be something else, but this is a 12-year-old's representation of what British culture means to her, and she was silenced and she was shut down, and she wasn't the only one, there was other kids there. And for me, these kids need to be proud of where they come from, and they need to learn about and share their experiences about their culture. And it happens too often these days. People are told to, you know, take your flag down or be quiet. You know, it's not about you, it's not about your culture, it's about everybody else's. The school weren't very interested to begin with in communicating with me. They were trying to get me to take a phone call the following day. I had to demand more or less there and then for somebody to come and speak to me. They kept it quite brief. We took Courtney out of school. I think I got a phone call Sunday evening with an apology from the school, and they did a complete U-turn, and they have apologised and they have realised that they've done something wrong. But this still happens in schools, and this still happens to, you know, British kids. If this happened to anybody else, there'd be an uproar about it, and you know, we sit back and we're quite tolerant and we let it go. But this time, you know, we can't let this sort of thing happen to our kids. They're the next generation, they're the voices. And if we start silencing them now and not teaching them to be proud of their culture, then where do we end up?
I mean, you all should be ashamed of yourselves inside of a Mexican restaurant sitting here eating. You all are fucking Nazis. Go fuck yourselves. So are you. No, I'm not. I'm not. In a restaurant, you don't think that these people have family? They love us here. They know us well. They know us well, and they love us. I don't care. Well, you ought to care. You ought to care. You're way out of line. You're way out of line.
No way. He did not. Oh, dude, that is so weak.
Polizei, alle sitzen bleiben, Hände hoch!
Surge and
Crime.
Gee, I wonder why.
That's just nasty.
Hi, my name is Kylie, and I've been harassed by men so severely online that I'm thinking about giving up. Misogyny has always been really bad as a feminist content creator, but especially because I talk about intersectionality, which means I'm often talking about the systems that uphold white supremacy and racism in the US, which pisses off a number of uber racist white supremacists.
Which means you are full of shit.
About 6 weeks ago, I was misled by some men, and they ended up having me on a podcast that turned out to be Red Pill. I don't want to go into the details of it because it was honestly like the most traumatic experience of my life and really horrible, and I am scared of these people, so I would prefer to not go into more detail. But it then became a meme known as Crush Out Kylie, which, here's a photo, but they sent their hundreds of followers onto me to leave hate comments and spam report my account until it was removed on Instagram. For child, they do the same thing so that my content has been censored, is not appearing on people's For You pages. I've become a target for them, for incels and red pill people. So if you see this, if you could just let me know, because I'm like really close to giving up, and I've been doing this for 2 years. This has been my dream, and it's just like... Hi, my name is Kylie, and this is part 2 of my story of being harassed by incels. It has ruined my mental health so severely that I actually ended up getting Bell's palsy.
You liar. You liar.
I will not be naming names specifically because, again, I am scared of these people, but you can do your research. I was misled by these people and told that I would be reimbursed for traveling out to California from Chicago. I was not, and I have yet to receive any money. I am out $1,000 from my appearance on this podcast, and still every day I am harassed by their fans online, telling me that I got owned, when in reality I was disrespected.
Mommy got owned.
Blatantly to my face and made to feel unsafe. These people were talking about harming women. They were drinking alcohol on set and making me feel generally very uncomfortable and unsafe, as well as prolonging my duress by holding money and financial gain over my head, because they kept trying to prolong my stay longer and longer under the conditions in the contract that they wouldn't pay me unless I stayed till the end. On the live stream, people would send in money and be like $10 to put a sock in her mouth, slap the bitch, $20, and a bunch of other things. I was obviously scared that they would take the money and harm me. And at the end, they didn't pay me a single cent. That's exactly what going on this podcast felt like. It made me feel violated in so many ways, disrespected, and used. In addition to them having me fly across the country and front the bill myself with the promise of paying me back, which they didn't, I made them so much money that they asked me to come back 3 times within 24 hours. And when I told them to pay me back, they sent me a threatening, abusive email. Felt not like a human being. I was harassed on the basis of being a woman, told that I was stupid, talked over, talked down to, and I was made to cry 2, 3, 4 times. I went open to the back and just sobbed.
Acting like a spoiled, entitled brat.
I really tried to stay to the end because I wanted to be reimbursed for all the expenses, but I couldn't. I've done debate for 9 years, so I know things could get heated. That wasn't debate, that was assault. I felt like I was sexually assaulted after the next day. I've been assaulted twice, and I woke up feeling that same sense of sadness and violation and emptiness.
You are obsessed with playing the victim.
So I'm trying to go grocery shopping at Trader Joe's, and I can see inside through the entrance, and there's so many white people. There's so many I feel out of place, and I'm not going inside.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
White people.
In a white
country.
Oh my god, you two.
God damn it.
Hey! Duncan! Oh my god. Oh my god. No! Oh no! Oh Jesus! Jesus!
Dumpling, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Really? Go! Get out! Oh my gosh, I can't. There's a frog on you! Oh my god!
Всё, это трэш.
Oh honey, are you serious right now? Oh god. You're gonna get me in trouble! Oh my god. Oh.
Ебать!
It is a messed up world.